Hi and welcome to our video series on name and focus. In this particular video series we will be dealing with puppies. So in this one we're dealing with Mia and she's our rescue puppy. So we'll be showing you how I teach her a name and how I teach focus. I do it differently from a lot of people. A lot of trainers teach name and then they teach a focus command separately. I don't. And the reason being is, for me, it's for a safety thing and just for an ease of thing. It's just easier. So if, for instance, I want Mia to sit and stay, I just say, Mia, sit. So I don't need to try and get her focus. The moment I say her name, that means stop what you're doing, look at me, focus on me, await the next command, and when that command is given, obey it. So if I want Mia to bring her focus to me and look at me, so I want to get her attention, I want her to focus on me, I want her to sit and I want her to stay there, I simply have to say, Mia, sit. And that means stop what you're doing, look at me, focus on me. The next command was sit. When you sit, you've got to stay. And so in an emergency situation, when shit's hit the fan and I'm not thinking straight and I'm flustered, I'm stressed, the dog's not thinking straight because obviously it's doing something wrong that's made it an emergency, all I've got to say to that dog is Mia down, and Mia stops, looks at me, focuses on me, listens for the next command, obeys it, goes down. Down is a stay, so she goes down and stays. I don't have to think of anything else, and the dog doesn't either, so it makes it really simple. So that's my reasoning behind it. Not everybody agrees. A lot of people say, oh no, but when you get a dog, there's negative connotations to the name, or the dog's been abused, blah, blah. But when I get a dog, I change its name. Even a puppy. When I get a puppy from a breeder, they get the name I'm going to call the dog if there's paperwork to be done on the day I pick up the dog, not before. So any negative connotation to that dog is under another name. When I get a foster dog or a rescue dog, on the day I bring it home, I give it a new name. And again, if it's had any negative connotations to that name, it gets a new name, new start, a new beginning, and we go from there. So there is nothing negative. So that's the reasoning I do it and why I do it. If you really want a separate focus, just add it in there. It's really simple to do, and you can still have the dog's name, and then you can still have focus. Now you'll notice when I'm doing this, I'm on my knees, because it is a puppy. I'm on my knees and I'm really close. I bend forward a little bit a lot of times for the puppy. What I'm doing is I create a bubble. I just create this little bubble right here around me and the dog. And the idea is I get in close so it's easier for the dog to begin to focus on me. Puppies have, butterfly effect brains. Everything's a butterfly. Everything's everything. They've got the attention span of a gnat. So you want to really minimize distraction. So I get in nice and close and create what I call the bubble effect around a dog. So this little tiny bubble between me and the dog that helps keep the distractions at bay a little bit. And as the dog gets more confident, as the dog begins to understand what I expect, as the dog gets better, I stand back and I stand up and the bubble gets bigger. All right? And the other thing with this bubble is inside that bubble everything is positive. No matter what, it's positive. If the dog gets up and walks away, I've got a lead on to stop it getting anywhere, but if the dog gets up out of a sit and I want it to sit, I just bring it around and I guide it back. I don't have to be yelling or screaming. There might be a little correction sound at different times, but I just guide the dog back. Everything in that bubble is positive. All right? I want the dog to be safe inside that bubble. And I want the distractions of the world to get to that bubble and just be nullified a little bit. So it's a good tip to be close when you start this, because it can be difficult because puppies are all over the place. Getting close, there's very little else for the dog to look at. Remember, in a really, really quiet area to start with, and then you slowly add distractions over time. But get in, the gaze to the eyes you want for a split second. So as soon as those eyes meet yours, the dog gets marked and rewarded for it. Don't look for anything long right now. Build the dog's confidence. Get the dog understanding what's required. Make the dog understand that every time it just glimpses at you, just gives you that tiniest little look, it's going to be rewarded. See you in there.